Coach, what did you think of Owen Washburn's process at the plate today?
Thought he was really good. Thought he moved on the right pitch. Tough matchup with the left-hander they brought in. That kid did a good job, but really proud of just him being ready to play. I don't think it was as easy as it looked for everybody today, just based on everything, since Sunday as far as that goes. And proud of the way he handled it.
Asked them what time they got to bed. What time did you get to bed Monday morning?
About 5.
How much
Well,
sleep
I'll
did you-
say
how much
that.
sleep did you get?
I fell asleep as soon as the plane took off.
So so you got a little nap in.
I got a
before-
nap and I went to bed at 5, and unfortunately, that clock wakes up. You get our age a little
Yeah.
sooner.
You had to get, they had the day off, but you came up here and worked, I assume, right?
If that's what you want to call it, I wouldn't call it work, no. I wouldn't. Never work a day in my life as far as this deal goes.
Just to ask you about Washburn now, but what have you thought about Dylan's development this year too?
Yeah, I think what we like more than anything is just his ability to play the small game and defend and separate balls and strikes, moving on the right pitch, and those things are really, to me, what's going to really help him down the road to be able to do all those things. And he's at a spot now, the game's pretty slow, and he's able to do that. I thought he could put a good bunt down today. It really surprised me. But they said he's clearly out, so that's how that goes.
Coach, what did you think of your bullpen and Erdman's effort today?
Thought Erdman was fine for his first college start. He almost got us through the lineup 2 times. Thought Jace was good, Trindon was good, and Andrew was good to see him get back out there and do his thing.
Was Devine maybe unavailable on Sunday, or was he kind of just trying to push him back?
Let me think about that. Didn't he throw on Friday?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I think he'd have been unavailable on Sunday.
And following up on that, how many guys were unavailable today coming out of Sunday?
Yeah, you're talking about Beckel for sure, Sanders for sure. He tweaked something down in the bullpen. He's fine, but he wasn't on the board today, and so those 2 guys would have been the main ones that I think of off the top of my head, other than the obvious like Kyle and the guys that threw a lot of pitches Sunday.
Coach, Gavin Cash kind of seemed like he tweaked his ankle when he fell down on that swing. Is he dealing with something like that, or does it seem like
He did that before that. He did it actually. That game was stopped at one time when he was on second base, and he told us he did it on a pop-up. And so we left him in the game. And then the reason that happened was because of the ankle when he fell down. But our trainer, Brian Simpson, does a great job. And Gavin was in here Monday early, getting treatment, and it looks a lot better. So.
You mentioned Robinson a moment ago. How did you feel about what he gave you on Sunday night?
Yeah, I thought he's outstanding. I thought he really efficient, 6 innings. Thought his mindset was really good. Kept us in the game for, gave us a chance to win the game.
You didn't know when you ran him out there in the 10th inning, he was basically getting a start, did you?
We did know we had some length with it. That's why we did that. Now, it just doesn't always work out that way.
Hey,
Wish it wasn't.
Brendan Lysick didn't pitch today, but back at the very beginning of last year, he said that he was a high-level guy, and he kind of put him in that same group with the top freshmen.
Right.
What is his? He was down for something last year, right? For a good portion of last year. How has he kind of looked?
He was as good as he's been since he got here Sunday. That's one of the things out of that game that came from that game Sundays. He came into the game and was really good. Stuff was really good. Executed pitches, and should be a guy. Obviously should be a guy that helps us out of the bullpen.
Yeah,
for sure.
So a guy will have a bigger role. Well,
yeah,
can earn a bigger role going forward.
Absolutely. Stuff was really good. I think he's up to 2 or 3, something right in there. Really good.
Coach, between Will Burns and Tracer Lopez, how have you seen that kind of battle or platoon kind of shape out so far?
I mean, those guys are really good friends. They've become good friends. They were out here playing catch yesterday, on Monday, and nobody's around. They're both going to be great players.
Do you, would you like, by the time you start conference, do you think you'll kind of choose one to be the main shortstop, or could you see going kind of back and forth with those guys? Because you said at the beginning of the year, if they were in rookie ball, they'd be out there every day,
Yeah.
and playing. And
Yeah, I think eventually. Yeah, I think you want to do that at every spot, and you want to have the ability also though to play the matchup some. You want to have the ability to get guys off their feet some, like when they've played a bunch of innings. You want to have guys over there that can raise the bar some when they do get in there, and so yeah. And I tell you another one. I mean, Cade McGar played as good a defense as anybody over the weekend. I mean, he came in and I think he played second base in 2 games, and we could stick him over there if we need to. So, yeah, I think at some point you do.
Well, is anything wrong with Austin Green?
Yeah, he tweaked something
Okay.
Sunday.
So he was unavailable.
He was unavailable.
Well, any idea what a time frame is for him to be back?
Hopefully Friday. Ryan's got some work to do.
Would
They're
he
trying.
come back more as maybe a DH than second base initially?
We'll see. We'll see. I'll let the trainer tell me that. I don't know. No, I think I love it. I mean, I told the guys today it's a treat to watch them. It's a treat to work with them, and you guys is really proud of their effort today. Just under the circumstances, because a bunch of them slept a bunch Monday. Some of them got up, went to class, but the schedule definitely wasn't normal. They're cool, 2 o'clock game was quick.
One more Tabor Fast. What did you think of him on Sunday?
Oh, he's really good. I mean, I think Tabor's going to be an impact guy, possibly on both sides, maybe offensively and also pitching. And he's a guy. Stuff's going to get better as he goes. Command's going to get better. Timing's going to get better, which is kind of why the stuff would get better. And I love watching a kid play baseball. I mean, I could watch him hit. I could watch him pitch. I mean, it's one of the hardest things. I thought about playing him today, just because there was an opportunity maybe. He's just a baseball guy, and those guys are fun to watch.
You think you'll start him again on Sunday? Yeah.
We really hadn't got there. Like, this turnaround was so quick, and I'm sure Gerton threw a side today, and so he'll be scheduled to go Friday, and we'll kind of look at the other 2, between Molina, Tabor, Kyle.
Yeah.
Trying to get our ducks in a row for today more than anything. It's kind of what we did yesterday.
For each one of you guys, what was the turnaround like getting back here at 4 o'clock Monday morning, and what time did y'all get to bed, and what has been like y'all's time since? How much sleep did y'all get?
I think I can speak on behalf of me and Lopez on this, but we're both about 20 minutes from the field or the airport. But I think I rolled in my driveway at 4:45 in the morning and ended up getting to bed about 5:30 probably. So, I mean, it feels like we haven't got much sleep, but in the grand scheme of things, I think it's been plenty. But definitely was a quick turnaround.
Yeah.
And I think I laid down, last time I looked at my phone was 5:15, and then woke up midday yesterday and just tried to get as much rest as I could yesterday before today.
With that being said, to win 6-3 against a team that's 9-2 this year, how'd you feel like y'all played today?
I think it was awesome. Definitely kudos to our pitching staff. I mean, that team in the other dugout today has been ranking all year, and then to hold them to 3 runs and was it 8 hits, 9 hits, was incredible on their part, especially on that quick turnaround. But I just think it was one of those team wins today that kind of everybody played a big part in.
Jason bullpen today combined, Uterna and Devine were 6 1/3, 1 run, 5 hits. How'd you just feel about the job the bullpen did?
I mean, I think that the two dudes behind me did awesome. They, you know, it could have definitely gone south after that, but they stuck in there and they just threw really well, and couldn't ask for a better thing to come behind me like that.
Sure. Let's see. You were in Sunday night's game too, right?
No, sir.
Oh, you didn't get in. Sorry about that. So did you expect then that? Did y'all kind of have an idea of who was up and available today then?
We did. Yeah, we had talked to Gardner, or Gardner talked to us before the game and just kind of let us know to be ready, to be thinking about, you know, probably like the fourth after Erdman and stuff like that. So just get us mentally prepared down there.
Dylan, how are you seeing the ball of late? I mean, you had 4 strikeouts in Houston last game, but a couple big hits today and big hits throughout the spring, throughout the spring, and kind of a little bit in and out of the lineup there. How are you seeing the ball?
I think I'm seeing it pretty well. I think it's hopefully as the year goes on, it continues to improve instead of decline. But I think a bunch of the stuff that I worked on this off season is starting to come to fruition, and it's cool to see. But I just got to keep improving throughout the year.
I think you're sitting on right on 400 right now. After obviously I think 199 last year. But what do you think the key has been to that big a turnaround for you?
The biggest thing's definitely been the mental side of it all. I mean, everybody out there is physically gifted enough to play the sport at a college level, but I mean, people say the other half is mental. The other 90% of it's mental, and I've taken that a lot more serious towards the back end of last year and this year, and I think it's definitely one of the biggest reasons that I've had a little bit better success this year.